Alright, what's up, ants? This is Curator here. I'm going to give you a little walkthrough, I guess, on how to edit the metadata of your podcast files so that if you want to listen to the Omnibus as like a single chronology, you can do that including your own bonus pods, since obviously, I can't give you bonus pods since they are paid content. Start off, you want to download MP3 tag. It's really simple. I don't know why I'm on a non-English version of the website. But it's really easy download. I'll include the link, the actual English link, in the video. Everybody knows how to download a fucking program though, so I'm not going to sit here and show it to you. I don't know why YouTubers do that. Alright, this is going to be the program once you open it though. You're going to notice a big difference though in that this stuff up here and this stuff over here will look different in your version because I have mine customized already. However, in order to get it this way, it's really easy. You're going to do customize. You're going to hit this button down here, utils, load configuration, and then I will give you my configuration files. So top row, pretty obviously, does the top row. And then over here, load configuration, and surprise, surprise, left side, does the left side. And that's going to make it look like this. So the next thing you need to do is you need to add a file from the Omnibus. The reason you're doing this is I've already edited the meta tags to this stuff, so this is going to show up the way you need it to. Just one file, it doesn't matter which one. So you're going to see in this a couple things that are important, which are the pod ID, the pod URL, and the release date. Those are really the three big things you have to have for iTunes to see the file correctly. All this other stuff technically doesn't matter for iTunes, but personally, I like to keep it organized because it's really easy to do, and it seems kind of pointless not to. So now that we have our master file in here, we're going to do add directory, and you're going to find whatever the directory is with all of your bonus pods. So for me, obviously I go tell them Steve Dave, TSD Extras, and then all my bonus podcasts are in here. So I load. It'll take a second to load them all up. It takes a little longer on mine because mine are stored on the network, not on my hard drive for this computer. So this is going to be all the bonus podcasts. You might not have all these, just whichever ones you have, it doesn't matter. And you're going to notice that these do not have a release time on them. And they do not have a pod ID, and they do not have a URL. It's because most of that stuff isn't actually in the raw files. Like if you download from SoundCloud, that stuff's not in there. It gets added when it goes into iTunes. So what we're going to do is add it. So let's just pick a random file. You see, I actually edited all this stuff down because I want to show you guys how to do it. Mine obviously is normally labeled correct. So what you're going to do is just do Control A, select all your files. And what you're going to want is for all these fields to be what that master one was. And since we loaded it first, it's going to be up top here. So it makes it pretty easy. You just select the top file. This is also what I do whenever new episodes come out. I'll download like 5 at a time, and then I'll just bring them in here. I'll grab one old episode and then all the new ones, and just clone the old episode to all the new ones so they match, versus having to do this each and every time. Now again, this is what's important down here, the pod ID and the pod URL. And to go in a little bit of a description, just to make it, I guess, make a little bit more sense, is the pod ID is going to be the name of the podcast. So this would be, Tell 'em Steve Dave, Smodcast, What Say You, Puck Nuts. For our purpose, though, since we want to listen to everything in one massive universe, we're going to set every file, and I've already done this for all the other files, is TESD Omnibus. And then the URL, you're going to want to use the feed that I have on the other files on that master file. Publisher doesn't really matter, but I put Tell 'em Steve Dave. Don't change release date, release year, or title from this menu because right now we're adjusting every file. So if you change the title, it's going to change the title on every single file. So let that say keep, and then hit save. This is going to take a second. I'll pause it while it's going so you don't have to sit here and watch this. Alright, and we're done. So you can hit OK. And now basically what you've done is all these files are going to have a pod ID now, URL. They're all going to look correct. And if you were to import them into iTunes, it would see them correctly and put them into the same master feed. However, what it wouldn't do is it wouldn't sort them by date because, as you can see from release time here, we don't have dates yet. So that is going to be the part that sucks. This is going to be the part that you have to do one by one, and I've had to do it with all other 600 and some odd files, is manually redo the release times. There's a couple ways to get that information. One is going to be the easiest, is going to be I will include the Excel spreadsheet that I have for all the database. Another version would be to go, I know on the Reddit, as much as I hate the Reddit, they have a good chronology section. That guy, quietly smirking, I think it's Matt, he did a really good job on the chronology. That's the one credit I'll give to Reddit, is he does a really good job there. He actually, that helped me a lot with getting all my files. But this Excel spreadsheet, honestly, it's the easiest way because I've actually sorted these in the correct format that you need, so you can just copy and paste. So what you'll do is you'll look up whatever, let's say Brendan Morocco pod, and we need to know what day that released, so we'll come here, find, of course I pick one that I have to figure out how it's spelled, Brendan, there we go, benefit podcast for Brendan Morocco, we see boom, there's the release date, and it has to be in this configuration, the year, month, then day. In the Excel spreadsheet I've already done it that way for you though, and you go boom. And so now the date is set, but you'll notice this one actually has something different. It has that 12, that's the time of day that it released. So normally I just set them all at 12 o'clock because it doesn't really matter. The only time it might matter is maybe if you have multiple bonus pods that released on the same day. So hold on, we're going to do 12, 00, 00, Z. Honestly, I don't know what that Z is, but it's there, and I always just include it because it was there in the files that I used to figure this out. I don't know, you might be able to delete it and it work, but if it's working, why change it? So for files like I don't know, like this, where you have part 1 and part 2, if you were to set it at the exact same time, it would not work in chronological order. So let's look in here. I'll show you what I would do there. I would go Xmas 2014. And so we know that they both obviously came out the same day. What we'll do in order for iTunes to know which order to do them. So we'll put that, and then for the first one, we'll do the time of day was 10, 00, 00, Z. And for the second one, we'll do T11. So that it came out an hour later. So when it loads up into iTunes, obviously it will see the correct order. I mean, honestly, that's it. There's no real need for me to go any further in the video. It just sucks to have to rename all the dates, but you only have to do it once. Once you've done it, they're set. Alright, fuck it, that's it. I've done like 4 or 5 times I tried to record an outro to this, and they all sucked, so I don't really give a shit anymore. That's how you do it.